Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, wherever you're listening to this. This is the Vibe Online podcast with myself and Karen. Hi, Karen. And this is our podcast. It's actually episode 10 today, which is really, really exciting. I can't believe we've done 10 episodes already. But essentially, the Vibe Online is a podcast where we deep dive into the journey from employer to entrepreneur and everything in between, and working online, the journey, the experience, the good, the bad, the ugly, and all of that. So
Absolutely.
I've just arrived in Germany today, so I'm no longer in Southeast Asia for the time being. We traveled for the last, I don't know, 24 plus hours. Our flight got delayed by 3 hours when we was in Bangkok, and it also tailed on that we missed our connecting flight. So it's
Oh
been a bit.
no. But you made it.
We made it. We made it. We was hopefully arriving we were supposed to arrive last night, late last night, and actually we arrived this morning. So, yeah, we're in Dusseldorf, Germany now. We've got the event happening this weekend, hence why we're here, which is
So
very exciting.
exciting.
It's very exciting. So, yeah, we've got the whole, well, a lot of the European community all meeting up this weekend for a big event, and kind of it's the anniversary of the 15 years of Europe Online, so
It
that's
is.
super exciting.
Yeah.
um, Guys, you won't be there, Karen, but you'll
No.
be at the next one's coming up.
Yeah, sadly, I'm not going to make this one because of work commitments. And I am currently in Portsmouth for the next couple of weeks. I've left Devon, escaped Devon for a few weeks and come to Portsmouth. So yeah, I'm here working, doing a couple of courses, and then I will be going back to Plymouth in a couple of weeks. But yeah, sadly, I'll miss the event. I am very, very jealous. I've got a lot of FOMO going on, the fact that I'm not going to be there and meet everybody who's going to be there offline. Because they are the best events to meet everybody, aren't they? I love offline events. But yes, I will be at the next one for sure.
That's it, and I'll be keeping you fully up to date, don't you worry about that,
Yes.
of everything
Yeah.
that's happening. So yeah, we'll be sharing it all on socials and catching up with each other, and yeah, you'll be at the next one. So
I
we've got one in
will.
July, one in August as well, so it's going to be super exciting. It's
Yeah.
going to be great. So yeah, episode 10, how are you feeling?
Yeah, double figures. Wow. Like it's all of a sudden just come around really fast from like just felt like yesterday we did episode 1. And now we're sitting doing episode 2 in completely different places where we started off. So this is exciting, an exciting journey for us as well, isn't it?
It really is. It really is, and it probably leads on quite nicely, actually. This whole thing of what we're going to talk about today on this
Yeah.
episode, which is really talking about the bigger picture. The bigger picture with this, um, with the journey, with working online, with life in general, and the kind of experiences and the opportunities that we've had over the last kind of year and a half,
Yeah.
and how that's really evolved over that time.
It's yeah, massively evolved. And I think when I initially started, I didn't see the bigger picture at the time. I didn't see the vision of being here and where we're going, and, seeing how our journey would evolve and everything we'd get over on that on that path, on that road. We've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs, as we do. Everybody does, in new jobs, running businesses and such like. So yeah, we are here to share it all.
I know. Yeah, and I was exactly the same. I didn't even know what the bigger picture was. I was like, when I first started looking for a solution, and I didn't know that that was working online at the time. So for all of our listeners, it wasn't really the goal or the aim. I just didn't kind of know where it was going. But what I did know is that I wanted to spend less time commuting and working in London, and more time at home, having some flexibility, spending some time, more time with friends, family, kind of exploring as well my own personal development and growth. So that's kind of where it started for me. I suppose that's kind of the smaller picture, really, when I
Yeah.
look at it now. And for you, Karen, I'm sure it was very similar, wasn't it? I mean, you came into this. Why did you come into this?
So I came into it because I was looking for that extra financial support. And the previous listeners that will have listened to our previous podcast, and those that do know my story, that the fact that I'd gone through a divorce, it was pretty traumatic. I was then on my own financially, and I just needed to find some extra income that would help me live. The cost of living crisis, the everything's going up, my wages weren't going up. And I just thought, a bit like yourself, I didn't know what the solution was. But when I came across the ad, that Lisa's ad that we've both stumbled across, and that's why we're both here. And when I filled it in, I initially did not know what to expect. I didn't expect, I don't think I even actually really expected a reply, or let alone speak to somebody that's not a bot and speak to an actual human being. So it was like, whoa, what's going on? So then to kind of watch Lisa's journey and learn her business and what she was doing and watch her growth, I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Like, how have I not found this before now? And I knew that was going to give me the extra income to support my life, living costs, and my children. And then obviously where we are now is completely different. And I think this is a great story for us to share with everybody, is the fact that we've both had very different reasons for starting looking for some kind of solution, which has been working online in this space. And this is how we've obviously met and become really good friends. But with that, the journey that we've been on and seeing the bigger picture of learning more about the business, learning about the opportunity, learning what it can give us, what we can have, not just now, but in the future. And then that's kind of when things started changing for me. I'm not sure about you, Meg. When did you kind of start realizing that this business was more than just a little online business that would just give you the freedom and a little bit more money?
Yeah, gosh, I don't think I can actually put my finger on when it happened, but it was definitely kind of when I started to join the community and started to have this environment around me, which was so uplifting and so elevated, that everyone was just, everyone was just there to win and succeed and support each other and encourage each other. And I just felt a real sense of like warmth and like, okay, this is my place where I can very safely grow and become Megan
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
Because I did, I hadn't realized it at the time, but I kind of look back on um my kind of life, I suppose. And like I came from a bit of a less fortunate background, a broken family. We didn't have very much money, and there wasn't really any opportunities for like further education or university or gap years or traveling or any of that kind of stuff. So I started working from a fairly young age, and from that point, I feel like maybe I felt a little bit defined by my job role, and I was super proud and like had a lot of pride around the jobs that I had, and that kind of person that I was when I was working. And I suppose when I came into this, it was like it stripped me back. And now it's like you don't have a job role anymore, Megan. You don't have to be anything else, or you're not defined by anything else, but you just
Yeah.
get to be you.
Yeah.
And so when I was, I had that space to explore that, which is partly what I wanted as well, because I knew that I wanted more time for myself and kind of develop that side of it. But I had no idea the journey that I was going to go on. And it's been the most incredible, beautiful journey.
Yeah.
So I think that's when it started to change for me, like on a metaphysical aspect,
Yeah.
because my mind just got opened up to so much opportunity, and I was like, wow, this is actually available to me now.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have traveled when I was a kid. We all have these dreams of all these incredible places that we want to see, and these things that we see in the movies,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, like 8 months in, I'm freaking jetting off to Southeast Asia, and I'm like, where the hell has my life gone over the last year?
I know. How
Like,
did that even make you feel?
it was just so surreal, and I think it still hasn't really hit me too much. Like I actually said to Michael, we were packing and getting ready to kind of get our flight back to Europe, and I was like, I don't think it's actually hit me that I've just been here for 6 months. I'm like, is this real? Is it still real?
Like a huge
Like,
pinch me moment.
it really is. It really is. It really is. And I think the bigger picture, when you start to see other people experiencing the growth, the development, also, of course, like the results, the financial rewards, the teamwork and the camaraderie and stuff that we
Yeah.
have within this whole community, and how people get, you know, they really become who they sometimes never thought that they would
Yeah.
be or could be.
Yeah.
And it's a really beautiful journey. And then everyone, like, your goals just start to get bigger and bigger and they expand. And I'm like, crap, well actually, yeah, I can now travel the world. I can now have all the time that I like. I can, treat my friends and family to things that I never once thought that I could do. And also I can help thousands of people out there and help the planet at the same time. Like, wow, this is great. From, just a small girl that just wanted some extra time and to work from home, to
Yeah.
now feeling like she can really make serious impact and change in the world is huge.
Yeah, it's incredible to have that vision and passion now for what you do, and be you. Like, I've obviously watched your journey and seen Megan at the beginning and seen Megan now, and there's still so much growth to come, because it never stops, does it? But to think just that one little opportunity of filling in that ad has literally given you all this, like, completely changed your life. And
Yeah.
it's been a journey where we've both, as I said previously, we've had our ups and downs and challenges and good days, bad days, which is completely normal. But when you said about the community, because we have everybody there, you're never on your own as well, which is an amazing place to be, because with it being a global company and people literally all over the world, there's always somebody awake at some point in time of the day that you can reach out to and jump on a call, have a chat, message, whatever, and just pick you up if you're having a bad day. And obviously we celebrate each other as well, like, amazingly, when somebody has a great day. And it's so, so nice to be out of the environment where it's a very jealous and toxic environment, like, you obviously experienced it in your previous job, and I have also, where if somebody does really well, they don't get the recognition that they should get. And it's very much a jealous environment of, like, well, why did he get that, or why did she get that, why did I not get that? And then the people become really quite nasty and bitter, instead of being like, oh my God, that's amazing, well done, you've done so well, you deserve that so much. And it's like they feed with one hand and take straight back with the other. So the person is given this amazing reward for working hard, or whatever it is that they've done and achieved, to then other people try and wipe the carpet away from under them. And I think that's an environment that we are so far away from now, working online in this space. It's certainly opened my eyes up to looking back and seeing that side of the workplace in your average sort of corporate life. And it's like you said, we get to help people to see this now. Like, if you step away from an environment, you always then look back and you see it for its true self, don't you, really? And it's
Yeah.
difficult to see that environment when you're living and working in it. So yes, it's scary to take that initial step, but then to have all this happen and make these changes in our lives, let alone the people that we've already helped and are continuing to help, and the new people that will come in and will help, that's an incredible part of the journey, is the fact that we've taken the steps to change our life. We've seen what's possible in this business. We've seen the growth we've had. We've seen the bigger picture. We can see where we're going, like what our future is going to be like, and we get to then share that with everybody else. And
It's really special.
yeah, it really, really is. Like, obviously, as I said, I came in with the intention of, I'll just have a little sideline and I'll do a little business on the side and I'll make some extra money and we'll just kind of run with it and we'll go with it and see what happens. But then as I started to get further into the business, obviously, like yourself, met the community and met people and started to learn more about the business and how it's not just about a business, about running a business, making money, and very like the corporate world. It could not be further apart from that. And then to have the personal development side of it, the metaphysical side of it, literally everything. And then it started to open up a little bit more, and I was like, oh my God, I can actually literally get all the freedom in the world with this business. I don't have to be restricted to the 9 to 5 anymore. I'll make extra money. I can have the time freedom. I can have the location freedom. But the one thing that got me was the fact that when I realized I could create that legacy for my kids, I was like, what business gives you that? Like, seriously, if I can create a legacy for my children within 3 to 5 years that they will get for the rest of their life, just blew me away. Completely
Yeah.
life changing.
Yeah, and I think that that's where it really switches, doesn't it? When you
Yeah,
and that is the bigger picture. That is, where this goes
yeah,
and what's so possible, and the earning potential there is like it's residual, and then it passes on to your children and their children. It's going to be there forever, and
yeah,
it's going to support them. And what peace of mind that's going to give you,
yeah, exactly.
and also give them the life that they could, that you want for them and that they want for themselves.
Yeah, and I think, like obviously everybody's got a story and a background and come from somewhere. My mum and dad were an average working family. My mum didn't work when me and my brothers were young because she was a stay-at-home mum, and it was great. But then we only had one wage back then, and obviously, we were comfortable as a family. We weren't wealthy. I started working when
Mm.
I was like 14, 15, just to kind of get some extra money. And then that's instilled a really strong work ethic for me to, I suppose, have the drive to see the vision and see the bigger picture and be like, I'm going right there. I'm not stopping until I get there.
Mm. Yeah, and I think that that's something's just touched on my mind there as well, because I know that a lot of people come into like the industry, like network marketing, because they do just want a bit of extra cash or whatever, and often they'll fall into like a low ticket marketing. But when you come into this high ticket marketing, I mean, you may be coming in for the same reasons, like you did yourself, Karen. But when you see what's truly capable and what's truly possible, yes, of course you want those things that you came in for. But then when you realize that this is a completely different kettle of fish, like
Yeah,
this really is the bigger picture. This is like lifelong legacy and support and health
yeah,
for you and your family and your friends, that you can't not cite that into your mind and into your vision, because once you see
yeah,
it, once you learn about it, once you know about it, there's nothing that's going to compete with it. You're not going to be able to compare it to anything else. And why would you want to? Why would you want to sacrifice that incredible life that you can create for yourself and your family for, whether it's going back into being in a job for the rest of time, maybe because you might think it's easier, or you're not capable of it, or whatever, those kind of limiting beliefs as well that we've kind of spoken about before in previous
yeah.
episodes. Don't allow those kind of things to hold you back from creating that life that you truly deserve. Like, I know we
Definitely.
talk about this, we're talking about the bigger picture here, but let's not forget where we all came from. We didn't see this before. It was only when you see this business model for what it is, and you understand the mission behind it and the people behind it, and how you get to all come together and do this together and create that life for yourself and help other people to do the same. And you become exposed to different environments, different opportunities. Like, we traveled to Malaysia and things for events, and that was an incredible
That was
experience.
a
And
very powerful event, that was.
it really is. And you kind of surround yourself with different types of people as well, and it kind of just changes your mind frame on things, and it does get you to see the bigger picture and
Yeah.
for what really is happening, a in the world and in society and in you know our lives as well, and in our families' lives, and you can't not unsee that again once you come into it.
Yeah. And to be able to see and learn and speak and follow those that have been in the business longer than us, that have already got to where my vision is now, is where I want to get to have that legacy income secure for my family, that it's possible. And I think
Mm,
initially at the beginning, for me, I'm not sure about you, Meg, but when I came in, I was like, well, I'm not sure I'm ever going to reach that. And, I'll just do it as a little sideline, but I'll keep my job because of the security. I've got my wage
mm,
coming in every month. I've got my pension. I'm going to work till I'm 67. All these normal thoughts that go through your head because that's the way we've been tuned into for all these years. And it takes a long time. And as well, you have to let the transition happen of going from employer to entrepreneur mindset, running your own business. And it's important to give it time to connect with these people who have been in the business longer, learn their story, learn their journey. We've got people in the community that have come from being convicted criminals in jail to running very successful 7-figure businesses and doing extremely well for themselves. So it doesn't matter what your background is or where you come from, because the growth journey is there, and it's the same journey for everybody, but everybody's is slightly different, obviously, because we're all our own individual people. But I think it could have been very quick and easy for me to at the beginning be like, do you know what? I'm not going to put the work in. I'm just going to stay where I am. I'm going to be unhappy. I'm going to be miserable. I'm not going to have the flexibility to have the extra finances, time, location. None of that freedom will happen because I'll choose, or I could have chosen, to stay in my safety net and my safety bubble, which was very toxic, was not a nice place for me to be. But what I've done is done all the mindset courses, done the work on myself, done the personal development, which is all part of the business growth and journey, to be able to get to a position where I'm like, now we can see the bigger picture, because we've understood the business model and we've understood what it can do for us and our families and everybody else that we meet and help along the way. And it's really important. And I always say to people, you would never start a new job and expect to know everything within the first week or month or even the first year. You've got to give things time. You've got to understand the processes and what's in place and see the bigger picture. You've got to look to the future. You've got to see what's available and learn from those that are successful. That's the best piece of advice that somebody gave me, was like, study the ones that have already made it, study the ones that are there, because there's absolutely no reason why anybody else can do the exact same.
Yeah, totally. And that's what's incredible about this. We talk about the success stories within the community, and they're there. There's thousands of them that have created incredible success for themselves and come from all different types of backgrounds and situations that have been able to do that. And you can study their story, you can learn from them, you can hear from them directly. We've got calls and masterminds, and they even created some of the training and things that we do in the platforms. So these are all very ordinary, normal people that live normal lives that just said, you know what, actually I deserve better than this, and I know that I can create better from this. Sometimes I don't know what that means, but hey, I've just found this business model that is going to take me there. And if I put the work in and I have the patience with myself and also with my business, then I'm going to get there no matter what, because I'm not going to give up, because what's the alternative? There is no
Exactly.
alternative. I mean, in my eyes personally, when I started to learn about this and I started to actually just experience the growth that I was experiencing, I thought, I'm never going to get this from a job. Like
Yeah,
I'm
never.
just not. It's not going to happen. I'm always going to be defined by a job description or someone telling me what to do or
Yeah,
to be a certain way. And I don't want that. I want to be Megan. I want to be free to
yeah,
be who I want to be. And that's what I love about this, is that, you get to be authentic, you get to be your own brand, you get to run it how you like. Yes, we all use the same business model because it's bloody amazing,
yeah,
but we get to be ourselves.
yeah,
We get to connect with people that are like-minded like us. And yeah, it's a really great journey, and you get to learn from the people that have done it too. So you get to connect with people that have been there, where exactly where you are, and started from the beginning, and can give you advice and trainings and advice. Hopefully even this podcast helps some people along the way as well, from us and our journey. And we hope to help thousands of people along the journey as well, and share our stories as we go, to help inspire and encourage other people to go for their dreams, because it's all available. Everything is
yeah.
available to you.
Yeah, it really is. And I think, do you want to build your own dream, or do you want to carry on building somebody else's?
Mm.
You're in the corporate world, everybody's just a number. When you were commuting in and out of London, Meg, you were just another number that got on the tube, that got off at stop number 5 and walked to the office, and then you did the reverse at the end of the day. And I'm just another number that gets in the car, goes to work, sits in an office, and then reverses on the way home. But with this business, you're you're your own person. You be
Mm.
who you want to be. You connect with who you want to connect with, and people love and help and support you because you're not just a number. You are there, and you're helping not just yourself to grow and develop, but you're helping everybody else around you and other people that you don't even know, and everybody else in the future that's going to come through and go on this journey as well. And the most beautiful part of this is watching everybody coming in and seeing they were exactly the same as us. You know, everybody has all the same inhibitions and fear of starting, but the best advice we can give is, you know, dive in, start, learn, speak to us, because when you learn the bigger picture and you see it for itself and you have that vision, there's going to be nothing's going to stop you at all.
It won't. And like you mentioned earlier, the way that we came into this was through an advert, you know, and that's what we do. And coming through an advert or coming through chatting to one of us through Instagram or whatever it is, and just learn about this. You know, we've got web classes and we've got a training platform that will tell you everything, you know, and then it's in the community in there as well. So you're not making any commitments, there's no risk,
None.
but you could be risking your life if you don't, you know.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah, 6 months from now, you could be, I don't know, not everybody does it to travel. I didn't do it to travel, but I've ended up traveling, which has been incredible.
Yeah.
You know, 6 months from now, if you think, right, okay, so if I took the risk, there is no risk, but, you know, initially you think there is a risk. So if I took the risk and started to learn a little bit about this business and reach out to Karen and Megan or somebody else in the community, ask the questions, get on a call. You know, we are here to be as transparent as possible, to give you all the information you need to make the decision for you. Is it right for you? Is it not? It's not right for everybody. But do you want to still be where you are in 6 months' time, miserable, unhappy, or maybe not that unhappy, just wanting a change? Or in 6 months' time, are you going to be online, running your own business, having that flexibility and freedom, and then sitting back and thinking, I did it? You know, like the choice is there for everybody. We're just here to help. So, you know, for our listeners that are listening, you know, share with other people, let other people hear what's available out there, and share the vision of the business, and, you know, get in touch with us and we'll help you. As Meg's already said, we have so much information to give to you to see and make a decision. You know, there's no risk, there's no expectations initially until it's either right or wrong for you, and then that's when you decide whether you're all in or you're all out. And that's really
Yeah.
it, isn't it?
That's it. That's it. That's it. And I think that's actually a great way to wrap up this week's podcast, our episode 10, all around the bigger picture. So I hope that you guys enjoyed listening to this episode. If you haven't done so already, do subscribe, you know, comment, reach out to Karen and I. You'll see our Instagram handles on the podcast, wherever you're listening to this, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, whatever. And yeah, we would love to hear from you what your thoughts are on this, what your bigger picture is. You know,
Yeah.
do you already have a vision? This is something that we didn't touch on. You know, some people do have this instantaneous like goal, huge burning desire to make this incredible life for themselves, and this big vision. You know, Karen and I started with a small goal, I suppose, and
Yeah.
some people start with a huge vision. So whether you do have a big vision or not, we'd love to hear from you. And yeah, just to hear your feedback on things. And do have a listen to the previous episodes as well if you haven't already.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we will wrap up here then, and have an amazing event. I am so jealous, but I will keep in touch all weekend.
I will be updating you.
And
For sure.
guys, keep an eye on Meg's stories and socials, and you can see all about the event, where she was, what she was up to, what they all discussed and chatted about. And I will sit with envy until the next one.
It's not long to the next one.
Not long, not long.
And
Until
I'll be
we see
seeing
each
you in
other.
person very soon as
Yes,
well,
I'm
because
so
I'll be coming back to
excited.
visit you
And
soon.
we do a podcast together next time. It'll be amazing.
Yes,
So
it
yes,
will be.
yeah. So guys, have a good day, evening, morning, whatever you are up to, and we will speak to you all next week.
See you soon, guys.
Bye.